switch to a better paying job. And yet, somehow, at the end of the month, your bank account looks just as sad and empty as it did before. What is going on? Are you cursed? Is the universe playing some cruel cosmic joke on you? No. You are just a perfectly normal human being, which, unfortunately, is also why you are probably going to stay broke. Let us be brutally honest for a second. The idea that earning more money automatically solves all your financial problems is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. It is a fairy tale. The truth is, for about 90% of people, more income just means more problems. It is like trying to fill a bucket that has a massive hole in the bottom. You can pour more water in, but it just flows out faster. So, why does this happen? Why do most people fail to build wealth even when their paychecks get bigger? The answer is not that you are bad with money. The answer is that your brain is actively working against you. It all starts with a little thing called lifestyle inflation, or as I like to call it, the I deserve it syndrome. You get a $500 raise, and what is the first thing you think? Finally, I can afford that new car payment. Or, this salary bump is the perfect excuse to move into that fancy apartment downtown. We immediately see extra income not as an opportunity to invest or save, but as permission to spend more. Your brain craves upgrades, a bigger house, a faster car, fancier dinners, designer clothes. Each raise just unlocks a new level in the video game of consumption. The problem is, this game has no end. There is always a better car, a nicer neighborhood, a more exclusive vacation. And so, your expenses magically rise to meet, or more often, exceed your new income. You are not getting richer, you are just getting more expensive. You are running faster and faster on the hamster wheel, but you are not actually going anywhere. Then there is the silent wealth killer, a complete misunderstanding of what an asset is. We are taught to chase high-paying jobs, but we are never taught what to do with the money once we get it. So, we buy things. We buy things we think are assets. That brand new car you just drove off the lot? You probably think of it as an asset. But the moment you signed the papers, it lost 10% of its value. It costs you money in insurance, gas, and maintenance every single month. It is not an asset, it is a liability with wheels. Your primary home, the one the bank actually owns for the next 30 years? It puts a roof over your head, sure, but it is not putting money in your pocket. An asset is something that generates income. It is a rental property that pays you every month. It is a stock portfolio that grows while you sleep. It is a business that operates without you needing to be there every second of the day. Broke people buy liabilities they think are assets. Wealthy people use their income to buy true income-producing assets. It is a fundamentally different mindset. They do not work for money, they make their money work for them. So, let me ask you, is your money working for you, or are you just working for more stuff? And let's talk about the elephant in the room, debt. Specifically, consumer debt. We live in a society that has normalized being in debt. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later schemes. It is all designed to make you spend money you do not have on things you do not need. The interest rates on these things are not just high, they are predatory. Paying 20% interest on a credit card balance means you are willingly throwing away 1/5 of your money for the privilege of buying something a little bit sooner. It is financial self-sabotage. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you cannot invest. It is a dollar that is not growing for you. It is a dollar that is making the bank richer and you poorer. Getting out of high-interest debt is not just a good idea, it is a financial emergency. You cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of quicksand, and you cannot build wealth on a foundation of credit card debt. Another major reason people stay broke is the lack of a plan. What is your financial goal? And no, to be rich is not a goal. It is a daydream. A real goal is specific, measurable, and has a deadline. I want to have $1 million invested in the S&P 500 by the time I am 40. That is a goal. I want to save a $20,000 down payment for a rental property in the next 2 years. That is a goal. Most people are just drifting. They get their paycheck, pay their bills, spend what is left over, and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy. You need a budget. And before you groan and click away, a budget is not a financial straitjacket. It is not about depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It is you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. It is the most powerful tool you have for taking control of your financial life. Without a plan, you are a ship without a rudder, and you will just drift wherever the currents of consumer culture decide to take you. And I can promise you, they are not taking you to wealth. Now, let's inject a dose of reality for 2025. The world is changing fast. The idea of a stable 40-year career with one company is a relic of the past. Relying on a single source of income, even a high one, is incredibly risky. What happens if you get laid off? What happens if your industry gets disrupted by AI? People who stay broke are often financially fragile because they have all their eggs in one basket, their 9-to-5 job. The smart move, the move that builds real, resilient wealth, is to diversify your income streams. This does not mean you have to go out and start the next Amazon. It can be as simple as freelancing on the side, building a small e-commerce store, creating digital products, or even just investing in dividend stocks. Each extra stream of income is another layer of security. It is another engine pushing you toward financial freedom. If one engine fails, the others keep you going. So, what skills do you have that you could monetize? What problem can you solve for someone else? Your job pays your bills. Your side hustles and investments build your future. Here is the good news. You are not doomed to be part of the 90%. You can break the cycle. But it requires a conscious, deliberate shift in your thinking and your habits. First, you must track your spending. Every single dollar. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Use an app, a spreadsheet, whatever works. You will be shocked, maybe even a little horrified, to see where your money is actually going. Second, create that budget. A zero-based budget is fantastic. Give every single dollar a job before the month even begins. Third, automate your savings and investments. This is critical. Pay yourself first, before you pay your bills, before you buy your coffee. Set up an automatic transfer to your investment account the day you get paid. Make it non-negotiable. Your future self will thank you. Finally, start learning. Read books about personal finance. Watch videos like this one. Listen to podcasts. The more you learn, the more you will realize that building wealth is not some dark art. It is a skill. It is a set of principles that anyone can learn and apply. The difference between being broke and being wealthy is not the size of your paycheck. It is your behavior. It is choosing to delay gratification. It is choosing to buy assets instead of liabilities. It is choosing to create a plan instead of drifting aimlessly. It is choosing to learn and grow instead of staying stagnant. You can keep getting raises and wondering why you are still struggling, or you can decide right now to break the mold. To be the 10%, the choice is yours. Thank you so much for sticking around and investing this time in yourself. If you found this helpful or if it made you think, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And for more brutally honest talks about money and building a life you control, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss what is next. See you in the next video.